25 prophets in the Qur'an, the beginning of guidance. Narrator: in the beginning of humanity, before cities were built and civilizations rose, the world was silent. But Allah did not leave mankind without guidance. Throughout history, He sent chosen men, prophets, to guide people toward truth, justice, and the worship of the one Creator. From the first man to the final messenger, their stories span thousands of years. Tonight, we journey through the lives of the 25 prophets mentioned in the Qur'an, beginning with the first human ever created, Adam. The first prophet, Adam. Allah created Adam from clay and breathed into him a soul. He taught Adam knowledge, names and wisdom no other creation possessed. Adam and his wife were placed in paradise, a place of peace and beauty. But there was one command: do not approach a certain tree. Tempted by Shaitan, they made a mistake. Yet when they turned back to Allah in repentance, He forgave them. Adam was sent to earth to begin the human journey and to teach his children about their Creator. Prophets of the early nations, generations passed. People multiplied, but slowly they forgot their purpose. Idols replaced faith. Truth was buried beneath tradition. So Allah sent a prophet who would call His people for centuries. His name was Noah, the prophet of the great flood. No, for 950 years Noah warned his people. He called them day and night, privately and publicly. But most rejected him. They mocked him, laughed at him, and refused the message. Finally, Allah commanded Noah to build an ark. People laughed even harder until the sky opened and the earth burst with water. A massive flood covered the land. Only those who believed were saved. The flood became one of the greatest warnings in human history. Prophets of the ancient nations. After Nuh, Allah sent prophets to different tribes. Among them were a devastating wind destroyed their civilization. Then came Salih, sent to the people of Thamud. Allah gave them a miracle, a magnificent she-camel emerging from stone. But they killed the camel in defiance. Soon after, a terrible earthquake ended their nation. The friend of Allah, Ibrahim. Many years later, a young man stood alone against idol worship. His name was Ibrahim. In a society filled with statues and false gods, Ibrahim questioned everything. He shattered the idols of his people. In anger, they threw him into a blazing fire. But Allah commanded the fire to become cool and safe. Ibrahim walked out unharmed. His faith became legendary. The test of sacrifice. Ibrahim faced one of the greatest tests of faith. Allah commanded him in a dream to sacrifice his beloved son. That son was Ismail. When Ibrahim told him, Ismail replied, "Father, do as you are commanded." At the final moment, Allah replaced Ismail with a ram. The test had been passed. To this day, Muslims remember this event during Eid al-Adha. Prophets from Ibrahim's lineage. Ibrahim's family became the foundation of many prophets. His son Ishaq carried the message forward. From Ishaq came Yaqub, also known as Israel. Yaqub had 12 sons. One of them would become famous for his patience and faith. His name was Yusuf. The story of Yusuf. Yusuf was loved deeply by his father. His brothers became jealous. They threw him into a deep well. But Allah had a greater plan. Yusuf was taken to Egypt, falsely imprisoned, and eventually rose to power. Through wisdom and patience, he saved a nation from famine. And in the end, he forgave the very brothers who betrayed him. Prophets sent to cities of sin. Allah also sent Luto, a people who had fallen into terrible corruption. Despite warnings, they refused to change. Their cities were destroyed as a warning for future generations. The prophet who spoke to Allah, Musa. Centuries later, tyranny ruled Egypt. The cruel Pharaoh enslaved the children of Israel. Allah sent a man raised inside Pharaoh's own palace. His name was Musa. With miracles and courage, Musa challenged Pharaoh. His brother Harun stood beside him. The sea parted for the believers.